So a couple of things happened yesterday, and I thought I'd just share my view on them. We had the announcement of Canelo versus Yildirim, and we also had the announcement that Josh Warrington is vacating his IBF title. Um, so we'll start with Canelo Yildirim. It's a bit of a no one cares fight, isn't it? Really. Um, and I see that he's taking a little bit of stick. We all would have wanted Canelo in against someone like Caleb Plant, Andrade, Billy Joe Saunders. All these guys give him a much tougher test than Yildirim. I don't think any of them beat him. I think Plant probably has the best chance of beating him, but Yildirim certainly doesn't have any sort of chance of beating him. I think that Yildirim is kind of, European level at best. That's it, really. I wouldn't say he's world class, but let's take this for what it is. It's a showcase fight. This is the fight where if you look at old time records, someone like Roberto Duran, they're littered with clowns in between big fights against big names, and that's just the way it used to be. It used to be more active, obviously. I'm not saying Yildirim is a complete clown, but this is a showcase fight, and it's a fight that there is no risk involved for Canelo. What I will say is, and a positive thing is, he's staying active, more active than anyone else during this pandemic, and he is the superstar of boxing. I'll be watching it. I'm sure you'll be watching it too, and most of the boxing fans around the world will be watching it. So, um, just understand that showcase fight. Hopefully, it's one of the three fighters that I mentioned next. I hope so. Or Benavidez maybe. Fire him in there as well, as a potential opponent. But yeah, I think that understand it's a showcase fight, and that's all it is. Now Warrington vacating his title. Um, I I kind of agree with why he done it. He's already fought Kid Galahad, who was his mandatory. Would have had to fight him again. Um, Galahad, he beat Galahad in the last fight. He got the decision. In my opinion, he won the fight. It was a very close fight. A lot of people think it went the other way and Galahad won it, but I think people's opinions kind of change as time kind of lapses and continues on. Like prime example, Tyson Fury against Vladimir Klitschko. Because that was so long ago, everybody thinks and they keep talking about it. It was a one-sided beatdown. It wasn't. It was a very close fight that Fury won and rightfully won. He did win the fight. He should have had his hand raised, but it was close. But people have this in their head that he it was a beatdown and he won it convincingly. I don't think he did. I think he did win the fight, but it was very very close. People have Galahad completely outschooling Josh Warrington. That's not the case. That's not how I saw it. And I feel like I'm pretty good at scoring fights and watching fights and know what to see. I scored that fight to Josh Warrington. Um, so if I was Josh Warrington, I'm thinking, trying to think rationally. I've already beat this guy. I was a stinker. It was a hard fight. Why would I want to fight him again? And I wouldn't if I was him. Um, Plus the fact that I don't mind Kid Galahad sitting on the sidelines because he's a drug cheat. I don't think he should be done any favours in this sport. Um, I think that the opponent, what happened, the Kanzu fight fell through for whatever reason. Politics get involved in these big fights sometimes, and these things happen. I feel disappointed that Josh Warrington didn't get that Kanzu fight. Would have been an amazing fight, by the way. Warrington has the highest work rate in UK boxing. Kanzu has the highest work rate in world boxing. It would have been a spectacular fight. Um, so I was disappointed myself that that fight didn't come to fruition. Disappointed for Josh that it didn't happen either. But Lara, it's a bit of a, like Yildirim, isn't it, for Canelo? Bit of one of them fights. But hopefully Josh won, and he deserves it. He's beat in recent years Selby, myself, Galahad, three good fighters. Um, if I do say so myself, he deserves a huge fight. He deserves a unification fight. Hopefully, after Lara, he can be given that unification, but get off his back for vacating so he didn't have to fight Kid Galahad. who gives a shit about that fight? As long as he beats Lara convincingly, which I think he will, and then after that, a big fight, a huge fight. Can't be unification anymore because he doesn't have a title, but he needs to fight a big name in that division. So hopefully that happens, and that's it. So everybody, smile, cheer up, don't be so harsh on Canelo and Josh Warrington.